The Impressa S9 is Jura Impressa's top-of-the-line super automatic coffee center with state-of-the-art technology that's extremely user-friendly, and it boasts an impressive list of features. With its two independent thermoblock systems and its extra-large 96-ounce water capacity, the S9 produces coffees and frothed milk without any downtime or purging necessary. With the push of a button, the S9 grinds, tamps, and brews crema coffees, espressos, lattes, and cappuccinos in less than a minute. Makes 1 or 2 cups at a time, faster than in a coffee bar. It's that easy. All coffee, frothing, and hot water functions are completely programmable. The LED dialogue system displays over 50 concise instructions that will lead you through the process of making perfect coffee drinks. A separate spout delivers hot water for cups of tea or any other hot beverage in seconds. And the S9's 2 separate frothing systems give you both control and convenience. With the Dual Frother Plus, you can fully control frothing by hand. Attach the Froth Express Plus system to conveniently dispense programmed amounts of hot milk automatically, either cappuccino or latte style, cup after cup. You can also use it to make hot chocolate. The S9 also has a commercial steel burr grinder, 3 automatic cleaning cycles, and the unique Claris water filtration system, which purifies the water and eliminates decalcification altogether. And with its beautiful dual bronze metallic finish and dramatic backlit coffee spout, the S9 is the focal point of any kitchen or executive office. It is safe to leave the S9 on all day. Whenever you feel like having a cup of coffee, simply press a button. It's like having a coffee bar right in your kitchen. The Jura Impressa S9. Perfect system, perfect taste. Follow these quick steps when setting up your Jura Impressa S9 for the first time, or when you set up after clearing your machine for storage or transport. Start by plugging the machine in and turning it on. The S9 will begin warming up, and the readout will ask you to fill system and press steam. Begin by filling the removable water tank with cold, fresh water. Then place a cup underneath the steam nozzle. Then push the steam button. The S9 will pump a very small amount of water into the system and stop automatically. The display on your S9 will ask you to wait while the water inside the system heats. It's important to remember that the Claris water filter should not be installed during the initial setup of your S9. Small grains from the filter may cause blockage inside your machine if inserted before the system has been filled with water. When the S9 has fully heated, the display will ask you to run a rinse cycle. Place the cup underneath the water spout and push the rinse button. When it stops automatically, the display will show "Coffee Ready." Now fill the bean container with coffee beans. Push the Special Cup button once to get ground coffee into the system. This first cup will be a little weak, but your next cup will be perfect. Each morning, when you turn on the S9, it will warm up and display the words, "Please wait." The display will then read, "Rinse Unit." Run a rinse cycle by pressing the rinse button. Run 1 hot water cycle to warm the internal parts, and wait until the display reads, "Coffee Ready." Now you are ready to make coffee. The S9 works like a commercial coffee center. It brews coffee under high pressure, which according to the majority of coffee experts is the best system for maximum flavor and aroma. The fine foamy layer on top of the coffee, called crema, is the trademark of pressure-brewed coffee. It's the crema that traps the fine aromatics and the light gaseous flavors that register on the palate. Here's how it works. Place a cup under the coffee spout. Push one of the 5 coffee buttons. Each button is preset in the factory for a certain size cup and a certain amount of coffee. There's a special, small, and large single cup button and the double cup buttons for the small and large cup that make 2 cups at a time. The S9 always brews in 2 steps. It first infuses some hot water into the coffee, pauses for a few seconds, and then continues brewing. This 2-step process brings out the maximum flavor. The S9 allows you to make your coffee exactly how you like it. You can program your S9 to make your coffee the strength, temperature, and size you prefer. And it will dispense your custom cup with the touch of a button. Let's look at how to program the S9 to your preferences. All of your personal coffee preferences for the small cup, large cup, and special cup coffee buttons, things such as coffee strength, temperature, and quantity per cup, will be set using these 4 buttons. You can also set the amount of water dispensed for 1 tea serving, or the amount of frothed milk dispensed when using the Froth Express Plus system to steam and froth your milk. Again, using these 4 buttons. Here's how to change the amount of ground coffee for, let's say, the small cup button. Push and hold the P button until the machine beeps. P is for programming and tells your Impressa S9 that you want to look up or change one of the programs. The display reads Powder Quantity Press Key. As we're setting the coffee powder quantity for the small cup button, we press that button. The display will show the current setting for coffee powder assigned to the small cup button. Using the plus or minus buttons, you can increase or decrease the amount of beans ground for the small cup to your personal taste. The vertical bars in the display will move accordingly. The minimum amount is approximately 5 grams, and the maximum is about 16 grams of coffee. Now press the P button to confirm the new setting. So now we've increased the amount of ground coffee per small cup. You can also set the amount of ground coffee for the large cup, as well as the special cup. To go back to Coffee Ready, just push the N button to exit the programming selections. Now here's how to change the amount of water to go through the coffee. Again, push and hold the P button first until it beeps to begin programming. You'll be using the plus and minus keys to take you to the function you want to change. Press the plus button to advance to water quantity. Now simply press P again, stopping your S9 at this function. You can now make the setting changes to your water quantity. Now push the coffee button we want to change. Let's use the small coffee button again. Now the machine actually grinds and brews. The display will keep asking you if you have enough coffee in your cup. When the desired amount is in the cup, simply press the P button to stop the water flow. Then press the P button once again to accept the new water quantity. Now, each time you press the small cup button, this exact amount will be dispensed. You can program any amount of coffee, from 1/2 ounce to a full 8 ounces. To return to Coffee Ready, press the N button to exit programming. With the Impressa S9, you have complete control over your grinder settings. You can set it to a coarser or finer setting by simply turning this knob in the coffee bean container. Please make sure to adjust the grinder knob only while the machine is grinding. We recommend using a finer adjustment for light roast coffee and a coarser adjustment for a dark roast. The S9 comes with 2 separate frothing systems to allow you maximum control and convenience when frothing milk for cappuccinos, lattes, and hot chocolate. For just a cup or 2 at a time, you might want to choose the traditional frother, which comes attached to your S9. The Dual Frother Plus gives you complete control over the temperature of the milk and the amount of froth or foam you produce. And its unique frother design lets you heat, steam, and froth the milk in one easy procedure. When the frother sleeve is up, the milk will be heated and steamed. This is how to prepare milk for lattes. When the frother sleeve is down, light foamy froth will be created. Hot frothed milk is used when preparing a cappuccino. When frothing, we recommend warming and steaming the milk first, then pushing the sleeve down to create the froth. This way, the froth itself is not cold. Here's how it works. The Impressa S9 is ready to produce steam as long as both green lights in the steam buttons are illuminated. If they're off, just push either button. Both lights will start blinking for about 15 seconds and then stay illuminated. Beginning with the sleeve in the up position, immerse the tip of the frother into a pitcher of fresh, cold milk and push the permanent steam button. The display will read Steam Intake. First, heat the milk for a few seconds. Then push the sleeve down and watch how the froth forms on the top of the milk. When you have enough froth, simply push the permanent steam button once again. Pour the warm, frothy milk into your serving cup and place it under the coffee spout. Then add your espresso and enjoy a wonderful cappuccino or latte. The S9's frother is simple to clean. Begin by cleaning the milk from the frother sleeve. Take a clean paper towel and hold it carefully under the hot water spout, and quickly turn the water knob to release a small stream of hot water. Turn the knob back to the upright position to stop the flow. Please be careful to keep your hands clear of the hot water and steam. Take the wet towel and clean off the surface of the frother sleeve. The tip of the frother can be cleaned by simply placing an empty cup underneath the frother and rinsing another small burst of steam through the nozzle. You can also remove the Dual Frother Plus. Please see the instruction manual for details. If you always want the same amount of milk and froth in your cup, or you make 3 or more cappuccinos in a row, the convenient Froth Express Plus is the choice. It's faster and more accurate to use. You can fill cup after cup with hot milk using the continuous supply of steam in your S9. First, remove the Dual Frother Plus and attach the Froth Express Plus system. Now assemble the milk container. Because this system siphons milk to mix with hot steam, it's important that the parts connect tightly, creating a seal. Then attach the milk container to the Froth Express Plus. Remember, for best results, use fresh, cold, skim milk. The Froth Express Plus dial has 3 positions for heating milk. The frothing position heats and froths the milk, and the steaming position heats without frothing. The center position on the dial is for steam only and completely blocks the flow of milk. Whether frothing or steaming, the milk can be made warmer by turning the knob toward this center position. This increases the portion of steam and decreases the flow of milk. First, let's look at how to use the Froth Express Plus manually using the permanent steam button. This button starts the steam, which will continue until you press the button again to stop it. To froth, make sure the dial points to the upper part of the face. Now place a cup underneath the frother and press the permanent steam button. Begin with the dial at the minus symbol. Milk is siphoned, heated, and frothed. For hotter milk, move the lever toward the plus symbol. By reducing the flow of milk being siphoned into the Froth Express Plus, the milk gets warmer. When you have enough frothed milk in your cup, just press the permanent steam button to stop the flow. Now you can place the frothed milk directly under the coffee spout and add a shot of espresso for a perfect cappuccino. For latte, prepare your espresso first and then add the steamed milk. To steam, make sure the dial points to the lower part of the face. Again, start with the dial pointing to the minus symbol and move it toward the plus symbol to increase the temperature of the milk. When you have enough milk in your cup, press the permanent steam button again to stop. Remember, at any time, you can stop the flow of steam by simply pressing this button. Next, let's look at how to use the Froth Express Plus to dispense froth milk automatically, using the steam portion button. First, place your cup under the frother. Then press the steam portion button. The steam portion button is ideal if you always use the same amount of frothed or steamed milk. The button can be programmed to dispense from 3 to 250 seconds of froth directly into your cup, and then stop automatically. Once the steam stops, you can now immediately move this cup underneath the coffee spout and add your shot of espresso. It's that easy. With the Froth Express Plus system, you can also produce hot chocolate. Just stir chocolate syrup into cold milk, and then either froth or steam, just as you would with regular milk. Although no milk ever gets into the Impressa S9 itself, you should clean the Froth Express Plus parts after its use. Otherwise, small milk droplets inside may dry up and create blockage. Cleaning the parts takes less than a minute. Here's what you do. First, unplug the milk container and store it in the refrigerator. Remove the Froth Express Plus from the nozzle and place the parts into the warm water. Place a cup underneath the steam nozzle, being careful to tilt the cup away from you, and push the permanent steam button and let a couple of seconds of steam run through the nozzle. Push the steam button again to stop. The hot water spout on your S9 is perfect for making Americano coffees. Just place a cup underneath the special hot water spout and turn this switch to the hot water symbol. When you've added enough hot water to your espresso, just turn the switch back. And if you'd like the same amount of hot water each time, you can program this switch to dispense your preset amount and then stop automatically. You can bypass grinding and use ground coffee by pressing the scoop button. This is great for making a cup of decaf or a cup of flavored coffee. First, press the scoop button, which tells the machine to bypass the grinder. The display will read "Fill powder." Place 1 or 2 scoops of ground coffee into this funnel. Then press the coffee button of your choice. The machine will now tamp and brew the ground coffee. The Impressa S9 has built-in cleaning programs. See your instruction manual for details. It also automatically monitors the water tank and used coffee grounds, telling you when to refill water and when to empty the grounds drawer. The overflow tray, along with the used grounds container, slide out easily and can be emptied and rinsed with warm water. Simply replace the tray and your machine is ready. Heated water inside your Impressa S9 leaves calcium deposits in the tubes leading to the coffee spout and the frother. Using a Claris cartridge improves your water quality by taking out calcium, chlorine, and other unwanted elements. If you use a Claris filter, you never need to decalcify the machine. Begin by removing the Claris filter from the bag and attaching the extension piece. Now insert it into place and fasten the filter holder over the filter top. Make sure the water tank is full and return the water tank to the machine. To change the Claris filter cartridge setting to yes, begin by pressing the P button until it beeps. Using the plus button, advance through the programmable functions until the display reads Filter No. Press the P button again, as this is the function that we're going to adjust. Now, using the plus button once again, the display will change to read Filter Yes. Place a large container under the steam nozzle. Press the P button once again to accept the new setting. Your S9 will prompt you to press the steam button. The Impressa S9 will now activate the Clarus filter cartridge by pumping water through the steam nozzle. For the next couple of minutes, water will run through the frothing nozzle. Please don't interrupt this process, as the machine will stop automatically. Now press the N button to return to coffee ready. Now that your filter setting has been changed to yes, the Impressa S9 will automatically remind you when to replace the filter. If you choose not to use the Clarus water filter, you will need to program in the hardness level of your water. The Impressa S9 is preset at the factory for medium hard water, or level 2. If you have hard water, you need to set the monitor to a higher level, and lower level for softer water. The display will tell you when it's time to decalcify. The instruction manual outlines the steps for this simple procedure. The Impressa S9 has many more programmable or custom features, including automatic on and off settings, the ability to check how many cups of coffee have been made, and you can even change the display to read in one of 7 languages. By the way, if you ever want to go back to the factory settings, all you need to do is press and hold the N button until you hear the beep. Your personal settings will be deleted, and the factory settings, which are listed in your manual, will be reinstalled. Should you have any further questions regarding your Impressa S9's use and care, please see your local Jura Impressa dealer or contact our customer service department at 1-800-767-3554, or ask your questions online at contact@capresso.com. You can also visit our website for additional product information. We are at www.capresso.com.